And we made a new rule yesterday. They not supposed to be, you know, on Fifth Street on Tuesday, and that's what's going to come down for our people if we don't do something now, because that's what they're going to impose. Dumb stuff like you can't. I think Dave always said you can't eat a banana on Tuesday, only on Wednesday. They're going to start making policies like that just to continue to make finance off of you our ignorance if you don't stand for truth.
No, one thing we want to do our little, you know, chill out. So we're probably gonna go for maybe another hour or something. But we want to let people know that food's there, caterers right there. If you want to get something to eat, just quietly, you know, hit the table up. You can eat while we're doing our little thing. And if we could try to do one at a time, you know, nobody. Everybody's hungry. Don't rush the table all at once.
I'm trying to understand something.
Oh, yeah.
I want to say one thing before we break. And
we're not
breaking right now.
We're not breaking.
Oh, we just going to all right, cool. So I'm gonna say this to everybody in this room, and then I want y'all to take it out. Right? I know it's exciting when you start hearing this information about how they don't have jurisdiction over us, about how we can go into court, kick down the door, kick their behinds. I know that's exciting. I know it gives you a rush, right? Don't be in such a rush to go in.
That's right.
Be in a rush to learn. Be in a rush to fully comprehend and understand what it is that you need to know. Because language is important. Right? If any of y'all ever seen my classes, you see sometimes I might put some stuff on the board and I might highlight a certain word. And I'll sit there and I'll read it and I'll wait for somebody to say something. I highlighted it for a reason. Everything else is black. That word is red. Why? Because when you're reading stuff, especially stuff that they send you, just like Ms. Ryan said, you need to be able to understand the language. If you don't understand the language, if you don't know the difference between driving and traveling, then go on YouTube, watch the video we did. If you don't understand how to write writs, go on YouTube, watch the video we did. Right? Anybody in here bring a flash drive?
Actually got one.
You got one? All right, before you leave, since you don't have Blackstone, I'm gonna give it to you digitally. So that way you'll have it. Anybody else, if you can run to the store and get a flash drive, go get one. And I'll download it onto your flash drive, that way you have it. That book is vitally important. Right? That book is important. Don't be in such a rush to stand in front of the magistrate because they're waiting for you. You know how you see somebody hungry and they got his knife and the fork and they got their handkerchief?
That's them.
That's the magistrate. As soon as you come in, he's sitting there sharpening his tools like, you understand what I'm saying? As soon as you say it's vitally important to understand language. Right? Don't be in such a rush. Be in a rush to learn.
Yeah. Don't be in a rush to beat your case. Be in a rush to.
Right. I just want to add one more thing on to what Seth and Ross said about the importance of having these tools. If anybody remembers going to school, there was a time where you had to have textbooks for every grade. You didn't just show up to school with no pen, no paper, no books. You had homework assignments that were in these books, and if you didn't read, you didn't pass to the next grade. You stayed where you was at until you got the lessons out the book. So with him saying that and offering to actually give it to you for free, that's a jewel. You know what I mean? Digital or otherwise, you could print it out in your own time. I just wanted to say that these different books are referenced because you need those.
Islam. You had a question or comment? I know your wheels are turning.
Hey, we spinning you over here, huh?
No, the thing of it is, I spent a lot of years with myself in the penal system, right?
Right.
Did a lot of reading the Bible, a lot of self-studies. Where I'm at right now is that being on RV Bey publication, I've come to understand that the writ of discovery versus the motion of discovery is a big difference,
Right.
So I was always wondering why I was being denied, but now I know why, right? All right, so all my stripes and from being whipped by life, so to say, is that now it's come down to you don't have a deprivation of authority.
Correct.
Yeah, they don't.
Correct.
Yeah. They don't have it.
So how is it possible that I have to address this matter to remove the stigma in my life when you never had the authority anyway? Why am I in front of you?
As a matter of fact, why are you even speaking? As a matter of fact, why am I even here? Anything from you. So, now I'm the 300-pound gorilla in the room.
Correct.
Hey, yo, this guy here, you know, this guy here. Yeah, all right. Okay. Being a member of the armed forces, that little training, that little mental stress they put on me, that the rest they have me under. First of all, if you unhost that weapon, I have every right to protect myself.
Right.
And I'm gonna try to break every bone that I know of to stop you from finding that weapon.
Yes.
And it's not a threat.
Yeah,
That's not a
facts.
threat.
Yeah, that's facts.
I'm taking a position of I'm protecting myself.
Right.
Self-preservation.
But what I'm saying
Before you
is,
go on, thank you for your work too.
oh yeah. But I think what I'm trying to ask you right now, I'm dealing with them in this legal sense with these Brits.
Yeah.
But in my heart, but I don't.
Yeah, you already know that.
Who are you for me to even come to you? But what you've done, you infringed upon my life.
Yeah.
And you incarcerated me. Why? For your fiat purposes.
Right.
Because see, the prisons are not built for what you think they are.
Right.
It's because they can't send you anywhere because you home.
You're here. Yeah.
Because if I was an alien or immigrant, I'd have been. Because the treaty already said to me that you cause some havoc over here, they gonna send you back. They gonna deal with you over there. And with the European being in place, they asked for permission to be on the land.
Yeah.
And you were a rental.
Yeah.
And George Washington was your landlord.
Yeah.
And he came over here and he asked the settlers, can we do business on your land?
Yeah.
That's how they did. But they flipped the script.
Yeah.
But my point is this. I've been misled by this thing for a long time. I got caught up. So now I'm trying to fight this legal.
Yeah.
But in my real common sense,
You know that it's not.
come on, man, you know what?
You're playing.
I'm gonna get that. Everybody get the turn at that door now. Get that turn. But like you say, you gotta send it. So what am I fighting? They're gonna keep coming back with they're selecting
The real war is mind versus body. The real war is higher self versus lower self.
So you got on board.
So that.
Hey, bro.
So what we're really like. The thing is that we've been out of this position for so long. We've been passive, but our passivity doesn't mean that they stop doing what they're doing. So while we're passive, they're steamrolling.
That's right.
While we're passive, they're steamrolling. And we come into consciousness now that something's wrong. Okay, well, you know what? I'm not just gonna go get railroaded or whatever like that. We're gonna go in there and stand up or whatever. Just like what the brothers, you know what I mean? You go to stand up, but these guys are steamrolling. Whereas you haven't been steamrolling. So they're gonna run you over. It might happen a few times. Because this is something new to our psyche. This is the new energy that we're exuding, that we might not necessarily even know the power that we wield just by saying the right thing, just by putting a fez on, just by having a certain pendant, or you know what I mean, deciding to say I'm going to stand up and I'm not just going to take this. But it's all part of the learning curve. Once something can happen to you that's a negative, and you can learn, then that wasn't a negative.
No.
And that's what it's really about, as far as how I look at dealing with these people. That we're gonna get, you know what I mean? They're gonna put your hand on the thing and they're gonna bring the hammer out, bam, 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 hit all your fingers or whatever. I mean, you know, it's part of our negligence of what we do. I mean, you look at it like Allah's giving you something for this in the prophet for so long because, you know, ignorance of the law is no excuse, so we can't use that.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know, that's why, oh, sorry, too bad, ignorance of the law is no excuse. You know what I mean? Take whatever it is that you get, learn from it, so that that doesn't repeat again. You know what I mean? But we're, you know, and then, you know, how much karmic debt do you have outside of this existence that you haven't dealt with yet? That could be what it is that you're dealing. It might not even be this life stuff that you're dealing with when you face them and then something negative happens. That could be some 3 million years ago karma coming back up to get you. Just because. You know what I mean? You know, we're the ones. You know, just like we were saying in the beginning, ain't nobody else gonna do it. Don't think no Negro black colored people. Go ask Frank Gary. He's not gonna go pay. He's paying his tickets and stuff. You know what I mean? He's gonna give his license. He's not fighting. None of the conscious, Kemetic, Hebrew, Israelite, whatever like that. None of those guys fighting this beast system that we're fighting. Just like the brother, at the risk of his life, get locked up for 3 weeks and still out here, still standing on the fact of, well, you know, it must be something that, you know what I mean? Like, this can't be that out there that happens and I'm just gonna get off this info. No, I'm still on it. Even getting kidnapped, still on the info. We should let anybody else know that, okay, well, maybe there's something to this. If you know, you got kidnapped for 3 weeks. You still on this? You didn't say, nah, forget this. I'm still gonna be studying this information, try to figure this thing out or whatever like that. All right, there must be something to this. You know what I mean? There must be something to this. If he's not just gonna throw it all away, just, you know what, forget this, I'm gonna be black and this is some BS. Still on it. Because he's one of those Moors from 3 million years ago that's been here, that's back here. That knows in his DNA that, you know what, something ain't right with this picture right here. Regardless of what they do, something's not right. And I can't, my spirit's not gonna let me just put this away. Until my last breath, I'm gonna fight these people. Just because I know that's something. I just know. I might not have anything to put down to say that this is what it is, but my spirit's telling me that I need to stand up, I need to fight, I need to say something, I need to challenge something. Knowing what the risks are. That's the good thing about this information. That the risk that you take or the abuse that you get is gonna get you something, a benefit later.
Would you believe if I told you I saw demons following me last night on my way here?
Yeah, wouldn't doubt it.
I was parked in the rest area, right? Pulled in. They had the back window down, the tents on. They had the microphone and the camera hanging out of the window. Just sitting there, right? And I happened to take notice, and I really started looking, paying attention, right? One of them had a Geist, they had the mask on. Geist. So if you're looking at contrast of this, you would think that it's just a face, but it's a mask.
Yeah.
It's a Geist mask. Yeah, but imagine a goat head coming around with the mask looking at you too.
Right.
And then when I saw it, I said, okay, you want to play that game then? Would you threaten me now with this?
Yeah.
So I let the window down a little bit. This is what I started saying. I said, by birthright, by being bound to these windows, I dare you to get out. And on your way out, identify yourself so I know how to do it. All right? So now, all of a sudden, that face got real vivid. And it looked like a baby pony face, but it was a goat.
Yeah.
I like it. It was staring. But it had a little figure on the other side of that, so I was dealing with 3 head people.
Yeah.
You know, one looking this way and two looking at me like this. It's okay.